everybody, and welcome to Movie.Pitch. This is going to be a debate show where Costa and Amber here are going to pitch a perfect movie concept to me. I'm Mike, and we are all the hosts of Movie.Cast, so this is one of our side videos, so I hope you enjoy. So like I said, this is going to be a pitch. You two, I'm going to be a studio head, and I'm going to decide whether or not to fund your film or your film. And in this case, we are talking about video game adaptations. So how we're going to start off is each of you are going to get 90 seconds to pitch your film. And then after that, each of you will get then 2.5 minutes to then defend or have a rebuttal against the other person's pitch. Basically, you want to sell why your pitch is better than his, and Costa's trying to sell why his is better than yours. All right, so let's kick it off. Let's start off with Costa. I'm going to time you so that you don't ramble. So we're going to give you 90 seconds. Are you ready? You got your notes there? All right. Let's kick it off. The movie pitch starting. Pitch me your perfect video game adaptation starting right now. Go.
My video game adaptation would be based on the rebooted Tomb Raider video game series. Now, I know that there have been Tomb Raider movies in the past with Angelina Jolie, but this new Tomb Raider series that they are doing is far more better and lends itself better to the big screen. For Lara Croft, I would cast Margot Robbie. And in the game, she has a mentor by the name of Sam, who I think would be perfectly played by Mr. Michael Caine or Sir Michael Caine. And director Paul Greengrass of Captain Phillips and the Bourne series.
Yeah.
Now, I would jump no origin story for this one. I would just jump right into the action. It would be Lara and Sam on an expedition to an island to investigate some ruins. And while they are there, they get separated. And Lara is trying to find Sam. She comes across Sam, but he is badly wounded by the inhabitants of said ruin, and he dies. And now Lara's goal is basically to get out. Not to find whatever treasure there is there, but to get out. And
30 seconds.
Along the way, and she basically has to fight her way out with the inhabitants that are in there to work her way out. And along with basically getting free, she finds said treasure, and it leads her onto her next expedition or mission.
Okay. I mean, you do have a few more seconds. Continue pitching.
So I mean,
10 seconds.
That's basically it. So Lara has to fight her way, and it'll be very much a survival, while the inhabitants there will give a more mythical element. It'll definitely play more to the survivalist portion of the character.
Okay. So, yep. All right, cool. Interesting. Very interesting, because the Tomb Raider games are almost doing kind of like what the movies are doing nowadays, is trying to give a gritty, realistic view of Lara Croft, where throughout the years she's just been kind of a cartoony, a sort of cartoony series, you know. And just to explain a little bit of the format, each person who pitches has to pitch me the director, the lead actor or actress, and some of the plot. I just forgot to mention that before we start, so just want to make that clear for everybody. So Amber, let's get to you. You now have 90 seconds to pitch me your perfect video game adaptation. Start now.
All right, my video game adaptation is Metroid Prime.
Ooh.
The director will be this new director called Alex Garland, who did Ex Machina.
Yeah, very new director.
Yeah, very new director. I think we should give him another another big movie project.
Costa's painting on the inside now.
And my lead actress will be Jennifer Morrison, who was from TV, and so give her a big shot onto the movies. And basically, it'll be the origin story of Samus Aran.
Right, yes.
But basically, it'll be when she was a kid, how her planet and her parents were killed by space pirates and this dragon thing called Ridley. And so she's orphaned. She gets picked up from these other aliens and things, where she's given the suit and trained and all the special powers that she is. She's then... Yeah, basically, right? And then she joins the Galactic Federation and goes off on her whole mission to get revenge on the space pirates and the damn giant dragon that killed her whole family. And basically, after that goes, then they can lead on to other sequels of space. And
you have 30 more seconds.
Badass. So. Nobody's ever seen a Metroid movie before. They've wanted one, so I figure why not give everyone one.
Metroid is a pretty popular series.
It is. And people have wanted one for a while now. So.
Yeah, and not only that, the demand might be increasing too, because there hasn't been a game for a while either.
Yes, that's true.
So that might actually work out in your favor as well. You still had time left, but you already made. I gave
all my points and pitches.
All right, so All right. Well, very interesting. Now, it's interesting that you both chose movies that had female main leads because, like, the big problem in Hollywood is that you don't get a lot of those nowadays. Like strong, independent women characters who can fight their own battles, and both of these characters are more than capable of that.
Plus, they're also popular video game characters.
Right.
Too.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's interesting that you both chose it because otherwise somebody may have had the edge there. But let's get into our rebuttals. So, like I said, it's 2.5 minute rebuttal period. Let's go back to you, Costa. You have 2.5 minutes, but why is your pitch better than hers? Go.
My pitch is better simply because I think I have the better cast. While I love your choice of director, Ex Machina was an amazing film, and I think he would do a very good job handling the Metroid Prime series. I just can't envision Jennifer Morrison in this role. I mean, and Samus, for the most part, to my knowledge from the Metroid series, doesn't say a whole lot, so I'd be interested to see how they would,
wouldn't that help her then if she hasn't been
not
in
really,
such a role?
Because imagine doing a video game based off of, say, like Fallout or Elder Scrolls, where you have a character that you create on your own, like and so you have to decide like what is the personality of said character kind of thing. And while I'm sure that they could easily do that, for Samus based on like her what she wants to do to get revenge and whatnot, I'm just like not sure, because there's the potential of, because the fans always have in mind like who is Samus as a person, and you kind of risk I guess mumbling up that in a way.
That's why it's going to be it's her origin story, so people will know who she is, and it's based off what they have in online and like the series, and I know they've had video games and mangas and stuff like that of what officially is her backstory. So it'll open her character more in depth.
And with my cast, like Margot Robbie, I know she's still relatively fresh to the Hollywood scene, but I think that she has shown that she definitely has, I think, the acting range to pull this off. I mean, she's about to take on another very popular pop culture character in Harley Quinn. And while Harley Quinn is one of the furthest things away from Lara Croft, I think that if you are capable of playing Harley Quinn, then I think I think it definitely shows that she has a very good that her acting capabilities are right there to be able to pull off Lara Croft. And of course, I don't have to go on and say why Michael Caine's a good choice. I think he'd pull the role of Sam as being the mentor to Lara Croft very, very well. And and I just love that this is going to be a movie that is going to have that survivalist story, but at the same time will implement like those mythical set pieces to it. You don't get a whole lot of that in Hollywood. It's either all fantasy or all survival, and I think it would be a really nice hybrid.
Okay, well, that's Amber. Now you get the same amount of time to respond. Defend your film pitch for me, please, starting now.
Okay, well, I feel like we both have the same argument where we both don't see each other's actresses in the prime role. Now, the thing with yours is, though, I can't really see Margot Robbie as Lara Croft. I don't think she really looks like Lara Croft whatsoever. I don't know. I'm just kind of not used to it. It's just be
What if she dyes her hair brown?
Well, anybody can dye your hair brown. I can dye my hair blonde. Doesn't mean I'm going to look that great as Lara Croft. So, I don't know. And the other thing is like people have seen Margot Robbie and all the things. Jennifer Morrison's only done mostly TV shows. She does have a line of work, and that's the thing is maybe she has more to prove. And she's kind of would be an unknown, so it might not be that much of a hinder where people know Margot Robbie more, especially when she's coming off Suicide Squad. And you could have the thing where people are like, well, what's Harley Quinn doing as Tomb Raider? So I don't know, and also the other thing is that you've said before, they already have 2 Tomb Raider movies before that weren't that great, and also it's going after a series of fairly new video games reboot that people have already played. It would be the weird thing of kind of having to play the video game, but then doing a rehash of the video game, be like, well, what's the point? So, but my thing is people have played Metroid. Metroid hasn't had a movie out yet. People want the movie to come out. It's a fresher character than people have already been kind of familiar with, like Lara Croft, but it's somebody that's newer that, hasn't been seen on the screen that I know that people want to see.
Well, in fairness,
Go
though,
ahead.
I think that again, Tomb Raider, because of how they handled the reboot, and like I said, we've even had this discussion. You even said you sat and watched someone play the latest Tomb Raider and felt
I
like,
played
like,
it
like
too.
a movie. You played it.
I played it.
You played
and then
it,
I saw the ending.
but
yeah.
you saw the ending, and you watched it like it was a movie.
Yeah, the whole time.
And I think it's because the source material has improved. Because like I said, the Tomb Raider movies with Angelina Jolie are crappy because the video games themselves did not lend
but you know
themselves
what?
very
Also,
well
though,
to it.
I played it like a movie, but it took me like 3 hours to play. You're gonna have to shove like all the awesome parts into like a 2-hour
which is
movie,
possible,
which
which is
take
why
a
I'm
lot
saying
more,
like you
so.
forego the I think everything I've kind of laid out here can be easily told in a 2-hour movie.
Also, the other thing is that you're basically rehashing the video game because it's just her trying.
Well,
to
I'm
survive
not
through
even telling you. Well, that's what she does though. That's
But
the whole
Yeah.
but and not to poke holes in arguments,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
so would yours.
For
Because Samus is you were saying
Yeah.
the Metroid Prime movie would just basically be rehashing Samus's story.
well, it's her origin story.
Right,
The thing
yeah.
is I was saying with his is it's the first video game all over. Like the plot would
Well,
be
yeah.
her just survival
well,
instincts.
well,
all
no,
over
but this
again.
is passing the origin story. Like she's already
No, it's not an origin story. I'm saying like the plot is it's her fighting instinct all over again. Somebody dies and then she's freaking out.
But
And then
this- well,
that was the
in
whole
fairness,
first
well,
movie. Or,
But
sorry, not
this
movie,
is
the
someone
video
huge.
game.
This is her
Yeah.
mentor. This
Yeah.
is and Michael Caine would bring the emotional levity to that moment.
as long as he's audible in that scene.
Like I said,
Unlike in
and I said,
Interstellar.
you know, Sam to Lara Croft, while again not nearly this grouping of Sam and Lara Croft is nowhere near as popular as well known as Alfred and Batman, but it's like that. Lara Croft losing Sam would be like Batman losing Alfred, losing a father-like figure.
Okay, and so that was the rebuttal period. Let's give you guys both one final chance to make come on, you're
All right.
fighting for all the money here.
Okay.
I've got all the money, surprisingly. I don't know how that happened, but I have all the money to fund your film. So let's hear final arguments. Casa, you've started off every round so far, so let's start off with Amber this time.
Oh, okay.
Give me your final arguments. And yeah, go ahead.
Well, I would say that Metroid Prime deserves a movie. One, because people have been asking for it for a really long time. It's like a popular series. Maybe it might not be as number one as Tomb Raider, but it's fresher, it's newer, nobody's seen it before. I think people would go to it more and pay money for it because some people, if they see Tomb Raider, they might not realize. Some people might not realize the new game if they haven't played it, but they'll remember the other two movies and be like, I'm not gonna go see that movie. I've already seen the other ones. But Metroid, it's sci-fi, it's action. It actually has a female lead, a strong female lead who's in an awesome robot suit that fights a dragon and space pirates. In space?
In space.
Awesome. And then it'd have a whole new series and you'll have another whole new different, thing for girls to look up to.
All right, Costa. Yeah, let's hear it. This is your final chance to get my money.
Well, I think this version of Lara Croft would give a lot for young girls to look up to, as that she is a very strong female character, far different from the original Tomb Raider. And as far as people thinking of the first two Tomb Raider movies and looking at this as like, the previous two were awful. Well, people went and saw Batman and Robin, but that didn't stop them from seeing Batman Begins. In fairness to
Well, they
to
did
Tomb
say it was
Raider.
new though. And again, like
Right, and
yours.
again, this is a reboot of a series, and I just can't I just picture it. And Margot Robbie, you would dye her, you would make her a brunette and everything, but I think again, and her lack of her resume isn't going to be nearly as long as Jennifer Morrison's, but again, I think based on what we've seen, she has the talent. And she's the proper age too, because we're talking about a young Lara Croft just starting off. Like she's 25 years old, 24, 25 years old, and I just think everything here just fits so well. And I think Metroid isn't a movie yet because I think they might be having a hard time adapting it because you have a character that doesn't say a whole lot, and you have to try and envision who is Samus type of thing. And whereas with Lara Croft there is concrete material that directors and writers can follow through with to offer, I think, a far more enjoyable experience.
This is so tough because both of you came up with great points. Especially like I mentioned, like the female leads. You both it invited that fresh take on films. See, it's so difficult.
I feel like you have to
Well, yeah. Well,
No.
like, do you have any questions for us?
Like that would
that
falter
help
it, or like,
settle
yeah.
it for you.
Interesting. Well, you guys both laid it out pretty clear. I think it's not a matter of questions. It's a matter of what would be more appealing. I would think, because see, like you. Amber has the fact that people have been clamoring for a Metroid Prime movie for ages.
Why hasn't it happened yet? And that's
but some of that might be on Nintendo too.
Maybe,
you know?
it might be.
You're right. So let's pretend that you got the rights and they're ready to
Right?
go.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is so difficult, and I'm gonna hate being the mediator from this point on. I am going to go with the Metroid Prime.
All right.
Because look, I would love to see both of these movies. I really would. I mean, you almost had me with Paul Greengrass as the director, you know, like, and the cast. Absolutely, I would not disagree with any of that. But I do think there is a slight bit more of upside potential with starting out the new freshness of Metroid Prime, because we have seen Lara Croft, you know.
History.
Right, yeah, exactly. So it's a chance to venture into a new sort of sci-fi territory, and especially if it's done by Alex Garland. I haven't seen Ex Machina yet. I've heard really good things, so I'm gonna give Amber. You get my money, you know. Yay! So you get to make your movie. And then, so you get to give me a script, and then I'll tear it apart and come up with a new
I
script.
think I should probably should put a greter emphasis on Paul Greengrass and just.
Oh no! Hey, like I said, that was a good point, but.
Oh, I know, but I think to slay him, like I mentioned him as my director.
I figured if I'd be like Jennifer, you remember House? Remember Jennifer Morrison? I was like.
You both had good arguments. It was really tough. I'm just gonna go with Amber on this one. It was a good try though. You'll get another shot next time.
I'd watch that movie too. I would.
I'd watch both of these. Both of these would be very exciting for me. Very interesting. So that was it, everybody. That was Movie Pitch. That was the very first one. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed listening to our debate, and I hope you'll join in the debate by letting us know in the YouTube comments who you thought had the better pitch. I mean, you saw how I struggled with this.
Would you give somebody else differently? Would you have a different plot? Give a shot.
Me?
Yeah.
Honestly,
everybody's.
I mean,
yeah.
Or tell me, like, I also had Camilla Luddington written down as my actress for Lara Croft. She actually voices Lara Croft as well.
She does, yeah.
And she also is in like True Blood, I think, and a couple other like TV shows.
Yeah, feel free to let us know what you think would be like, if there are any aspects of their pitches that you would want to change or anything like that. Please let us know either on our YouTube comments or our Twitter, Facebook account. We'll have it up on the screen. So please follow us and all that. Like, share, subscribe keep up to date with our content. But like I said, I hope you enjoyed the first Movie Pitch. Hopefully I won't have to make such a tough decision next time. But anyway, have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.